original map is larger than the one, which you can see it now. Because there is a missing part, where is the white spot. That's when the original structure of the church collapsing because of an earthquake. The ceiling and the walls. And when the people start to restore the original church, they never been awake that there is a valuable map over there. That's a 25% of the original one. The map which you can find it now, it's contain around 2 million pieces of stone with 7 natural colors. And the archaeologists, they identify 156 sites. You can match them with the Bible. So it's located in the floor here to give a direction for the pilgrims who follow in the step of the Bible. The steps of Moses, the step of Jesus also. Why? Because Jordan and Madaba are located in the center. Some people, they start them like a pilgrimage tour from Egypt, pass to Jordan, then to the Promised Land. And some people, they're doing the same pilgrimage route, but a backward, from Promised Land to Jordan, then after that all the way to Egypt. So, all the maps which we use it now, it's oriented to the north. But because this map returned back to the 6th century, so it's following the geology of the church. So now the north, it's at this side. But in the map, the north over there. So you should rotate the map if you want to follow the current geology. The part which is here, that's representing for us Egypt. The upper part, that's Jordan. The lower part is the Promised Land. And the spot which is here, that's what we call it Mediterranean. Whereas you can find Syria and Lebanon. These 5 countries nowadays, we call most of it Middle East. That's a new expression at the 18th century. Why it's located here? Because it's the main 5 countries whereas all the stories of the Bible happened. So Moses, he rise up in Egypt. He started his exodus through Jordan all the way to the Promised Land. Jesus, he used to live at the Promised Land. He baptized at Jordan River. And also, we talk about the apostles. They used to get the Christianity to Europe through the Mediterranean. Because Paul, he joined the trading caravans all the way to Greece, from Greece to Rome. And that's the way how the Christianity reached Rome in that time, or Europe. So, the part which is here, that's Egypt. The main source of water in Egypt, it's the delta. What we call it now, Nile. The Nile. And it's located here because it's important, because Moses, he grabbed by the daughter of Pharaoh from the Nile when his mother threw him up. What's the meaning of Moses?
From water.
He grabbed from the water. So she gets him over there. And Moses, after actually he growing up, he used the Exodus before the main one. So Moses, he Exodus in his life twice. The first time when he killed the Egyptian person. He escaped to Midian. He worked for his father-in-law. He married. He got his kid. Then after that, God talked to him through the burning bush. In a spot we call it now St. Catherine. He returned back to Egypt. He met his brother and his actually a sister. And then he started his journey with the 12 tribe all over the desert. Then at Mount Sinai, he got the 10 Commandments, the tablets. Then he continued his journey through the desert. And because of the people of Moses complaining a lot, and God informed Moses to talk to the rock, not to strike the rock. God never directed Moses to the Promised Land. So he crossed the Red Sea and he arrived to the land of Jordan. He passed it through the 3 kingdoms by using the snake road. And at the end of his life, he camped with his people at the Plain of Moab, close to the Dead Sea, against Jericho. Then after the death of Moses, Joshua, he collected the tribe. He passed with the tribe over Jordan River to Jericho. Then they continue all over the way to the Promised Land. So that used to be one of the pilgrimage routes. The most detailed city in the map is Jerusalem, which is number 1. Jerusalem, it's a Roman city. And you can find this actually a larger scale for Jerusalem here. So the plan of Jerusalem during the ancient times is completely different than the plan of Jerusalem nowadays. Why? Because Jerusalem rebuilt it many times. And the last rebuilding for the city, it was during the Ottoman period, the Islamic period. So, the name of Jerusalem mentioned here in Latin, Hegrapolis, the holy city. And during the Roman time, it was called Hagia Capitolia, which is also the holy city. The plan here is to return back to the 6th century, because it stayed with the map. So, here you can find, at a large scale, that's Damascus Gate. Of course, it's called Damascus Gate because of the pillar which you can find it